Hi beautiful souls, this is Yami and I'm recording another video for you guys. I actually want to start recording videos every Wednesday, so hopefully you guys will tune in. I don't have a time set yet, probably in the mornings. I live in California, so I'll have to see what the different time zones would be. But yeah, I really appreciate all of you that have been watching my videos and all of you that have supported me through my journey also, and sharing your stories and in sharing your questions and just sharing your experiences and your perspectives. It's been really, really amazing. And I do read your comments and I answer your emails as quickly as I can. And I would like to, cover whatever topics you guys are curious about, whatever you find interesting, and I also will be sharing all the things that I'm passionate about, obviously, and all the things that I'm interested in as far as the spirituality goes and this community of like-minded souls. So again, I've been seeing your comments and responding as quickly as I can. I did want to kind of discuss my channel. I don't really discuss a lot of religious I guess books or texts or techniques. I'm mostly just basing a lot of the information on my own experience and things that I've taken to be true. Of course, you don't have to take anything that I say to be true for you, and that's kind of my motto. I go through life reading things and experiencing things, and I have a lot of appreciation for different religions and different deities and different books, works, whether it's the Bible or, whether I'm reading something from Osho or, what have you, other books that I've come upon, and just different information. It's kind of more like whatever comes into my experience, whatever comes into my reality. Sometimes there's people that will talk to you about a book and you really feel called to read it, and you just end up getting it, or you end up borrowing it. Or, a friend leaves a book at your house and it just ends up being that it's exactly, what you need to hear. And it's exactly, what you need to read in order to feel like everything that you've been going through or feeling is, valid. And that sometimes you just need someone to mirror that and to mirror your truth. So I'm hoping that that's actually what my videos do for you also. That, it might be a mirror for your truth. And whatever you might be experiencing, because again, like, I'm human, I make mistakes every day, but I also know that I have a lot of tools at my disposal, and it's been great. It's been a great journey, and it's been great to meet so many people who are going through very similar and very different things, and I just love hearing all about it. And one thing I wanted to mention, as far as me using the word divine, that's just how that's the word that I'm choosing to use. I feel that there are, people who might not like that. I mean, again, like, I'm just using whatever terminology or words make sense to me, or whatever words I've kind of used throughout my experience. But if you guys have any questions, please put those below. I believe in a divine higher source power. For most of my life, I did use the term God. I was brought up in a Catholic home by my mother, and she is a Christian now. But, growing up, it was very much, God this, God that, and Jesus, and Mary, and, all. My mother wasn't big on saints, so that's good. But, so I really do feel, a connection to the word God, but there's also, a lot of things, just throughout my childhood that were connected to the word God that I don't necessarily like to associate with my relationship with God. So therefore I use the word divine. And, for me, I just believe that this God, or divine essence, as I like to call it, is in everything and in everyone, and in everything around me, in every aspect of nature, in every particle of my body. And I've been very honored and very blessed and very lucky to have experienced the divine in the ways which I've been able to. You know, I mean, there's been times where you just have peace wash over you. I mean, and again, language is difficult in that I could use the most what I would consider to be all-encompassing terms for the things I'm trying to describe, or the most precise words, but they still won't do the experience justice. I've experienced, especially through, you know, healing work, you know, and in meditation, moments of sheer bliss. You know, I would say moments of, you know, enlightenment, which again, that word to me is a little bit tricky. I think people can get caught up in the word enlightenment, but you know, just moments of light, moments of love, moments of bliss, and you know, moments where your inner truth, your divine, you know, inner essence reveals things to you. And to me, that's been the greatest gift along this journey. Whether it's, you know, looking into your kids' eyes, or watching them run around and play, or, you know, eating your favorite food, or listening to a song that just drowns everything else out, and you just listen, and it's just amazing. Or, you know, you see a painting that moves you, or you go to the theater and, you know, you see these people put on a show and you're just blown away. You know, it's moments like that where, yes, that's the divine for me. You know, I can experience the divine, or God, or whatever you choose to call this higher being or source, in many different ways. And that's also what I try to make very clear to the people that I meet, to the people that I help guide, that, you know, you, you allow for the divine to come through you, and you know, allow for the continued occurrence of these miracles, as I like to call them. Like, you know, they may feel small, or, you know, sometimes much larger, but they're definitely always, you know, clear signs that you are allowing, that you are going within, that you are being true to yourself, to your true calling. And, you know, sometimes they start pouring in, you know, and people call them synchronicities, you know, whatever you want to call them, whatever your experience of it is, it's like, that's it. That's it. And how do you create more moments like that? You know, that's, at least for me, I feel like that's been the greatest struggle in this life and in this reality. It's, you know, but that's the way it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be, you know, constant, blissful, you know, 101 down here. You know, it's supposed to be the contrast, and we're supposed to relearn and unlearn, and, you know, experience the divine, you know, through these things. And that, you know, we did choose these things, you know, at least look for myself, looking back on my life, you know, I have seen many moments where, you know, I was at the bottom. You know, I can clearly look back at my life and define the moments where I have been at my lowest low, where, you know, I didn't care for another day or another moment. You know, I no longer exist in that place. You know, that's not really something I experience at all, and I hope I never, you know, do. But then again, you know, things are cyclical. But